traveling and learning different foods and different cultures. And it was such a rich experience. And when you get to travel around the world, you learn so much more about people and their culture. And I think that's important. I think that's what's lacking for some people today, is they don't understand the cultures and the rich heritage that comes from all of these great countries. So we're going to go on down and start this recipe right now. So our recipe calls for 16 ounces of cooked pasta. I already cooked my pasta last night, and it's something I do on a regular basis. I just cooked some bow tie pasta. This is semolina, so it's a little thicker. And I went ahead and got it cooked about halfway through, and then I put it in an airtight container in my fridge. That way I can pull out whatever I want when I'm making a meal. So this is one way. You can also buy, you've all seen fresh pasta in the stores, that comes and you can put it in. This just takes a couple minutes. This doesn't have, this is a flour pasta. This is a semolina pasta, which has a thicker and a richer flavor. No matter which pastas you're using, you always want to make sure you salt your water. Lots of salt. Lots of salt. It's your only chance to get to flavor your pasta. So remember that. It's just, a good palm full of salt into the water. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to increase your salt intake too much, but it is going to add some flavor to that pasta, which you want. When you go to store your pasta, if you make a lot, make sure you drain it well. Let it cool outside of your refrigerator, because if you put it into your refrigerator hot with a lid on it, all that condensation ends up in the pasta and you end up with sticky, nasty pasta. So let it cool before you put it in the fridge. I'm going to go ahead and have you put put that in there, and we'll put this in the other one, and you're going to keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't get overcooked. That is your job today. So Karen is responsible for the pasta, and we're going to start with what goes into it. So this recipe calls for olive oil. There's a lot of olive oils. You'll find olive oils that have basil infused. You'll have olive oils that have garlic infused. You'll have olive oil that has no flavor infused. There's a lot of different choices. Today we're using an extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed. Does anyone know the difference between cold pressed and not cold pressed olive oil? No, neither did I till I looked it up. No, I'm kidding. So cold pressed olive oil is made with tools that don't heat up. So the entire processing of the olive oil, from the olive to the oil, there's no heat involved. So it's cold pressed, and that keeps all of the nutrients and the better items that you need out of olive oil. When it's a regular pressed olive oil, it goes through heated instruments, and so it removes all of the great nutrients and things that you want in olive oil. So always make sure, and most olive oils are cold pressed. So we're going to start off, we got a hot pan. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I also cook garlic. I take it and I put it in olive oil. I put it in my air fryer, and I bake, or I cook it, and I get grilled garlic that I can use anytime I want. It's always great. So we're going to cut up some garlic. You want it to be chunky. Now you can buy it in the can, the jars that you buy all the time. But you can buy it already chopped, minced, diced, sliced. We're just going to do it ourselves. And we're going to start off with that olive oil. You want a hot pan. You don't want it too hot because you don't want to burn your olive oil. Can you stir that for me? All right. We're also going to add dried oregano, dried thyme, and that's it. Dried oregano, dried thyme. Just right in. Turn that down just a little bit. And you can already smell, or they can anyways up here. All right. Super simple. The next thing we're going to add into this is some of our pasta water. Now I saved my pasta water from last night. I've got it here with me. And we're going to put a half cup right into this. Go ahead, keep stirring. There we go. And once we've got that in there, the next ingredient that it calls for is 8 ounces of feta cheese. Now, you want to buy feta cheese that's in the block. And the reason for that is there's moisture in the block. When it's crumbled, it's very dry. And we want this to melt down. This is the base of our sauce here. So we're going to put that in. Just a little, and that's going to melt. So the nice thing with this recipe or any recipe, and I suppose it's what I like about not being a baker, because baking requires such precise engineering. You can't have a little too much salt or a little less butter. It's got to be very precise, and that was the one thing my mother was amazing at, was cooking and baking, but not cooking. There's also your choice of ingredients. So for instance, I was talking about olives that go in this, so keep moving this around. You use this if you like. Keep doing it like that. Start to melt down. There you go. All right, so I've chosen olives that are stuck with some peppers, some jalapeno peppers. So it gives a little bit of spice to it if we add it in. If somebody didn't like olives, you could add the gherkins. So I like to give people the option, of what they like to have in their pasta. So typically in my house, I'll have bowls like this with the different things that you could put in it. You might want them all, you might want just a few of them. We're also using grape tomatoes in this recipe. Sometimes grape tomatoes are a little bit bigger or rounder. You can cut them in half, or you can use them whole. We're going to use them whole today. How's that coming? All right, that looks good. Here's a strainer. Where's my strainer? There we go. So you can, so go ahead and take that out. There we go. Aren't these guys wonderful? I was so thankful to have them today. So they both were volunteers for me during Palm Springs Pride. Over Pride, we fed almost 1,500 volunteers in the 3 days. So I was really proud of that because we kept our volunteers happy and we kept them fed. How many of you went to Pride? Did y'all have a good time? Yeah. Our biggest Pride ever. We had almost 200,000 people that came. I had 700 volunteers that helped to put the event on all weekend long. I'm so proud of all of them. So thank you, ladies, for your help. All right, that's melting down, melting down. The next thing we're going to add in while this is melting is heavy cream. Now, I know this sounds like a whole lot of fats, but it's not. And this recipe is actually going to come in under 400 calories when we're done. So we're not using a lot of heavy cream, but if you don't want to use heavy cream or you have a dairy allergy, you could use Greek yogurt. So that would be your other option to get that creaminess. Or you could use half and half, which is only half cream and half milk. Or those about your only options. There we go. So we're going to add in a half a cup of heavy cream. I gotta break this up a little bit. All right. Half a cup of heavy cream. There we go. And she's going to keep melting that cheese down. I know I don't measure. I'm just one of those poor guys that, to see how it's going. But that's coming along really well. Whilst that continues to melt, we're going to add in some of the other ingredients. So I'm adding in some grilled artichoke hearts. So I've taken artichokes and I prepared them. I put them on my grill. I keep a big jar of them in my refrigerator. So we're going to add those in, keep melting. Now on this recipe it says it doesn't have specifically sun-dried tomatoes. I like sun-dried tomatoes, so I like to add them in. We're also going to add the regular tomatoes. So we're going to cut these sun-dried tomatoes up just a little bit. I actually planned on Bianca from the news was going to be here, and she's from Greece, and so I did this specifically because she was going to be here and I wanted her judgment on my Greek cuisine. But she misses out. And one of you, oh my gosh, so good. So while that keeps melting down, how many of you are big appliance people? Like you buy every appliance you see on television and you've got your kitchen stocked with it, see? I put myself on appliance probation. I try not to buy an appliance unless I take one out. So, and all of those nifty gadgets and things are helpful and handy, but you end up not using most of them. But one thing that I use all the time is an immersion blender. All right? So one of you have on your seat back a little pride sticker. Look at your seat backs. Who has it? There we go. Stand up. Come on. Yay. So today, I'm giving you an immersion blender. I hope you really enjoy it. What's your name?
Juan Carlos.
Juan Carlos. Oh, that's a sexy name. Are you from Spain, Juan Carlos? Ecuador. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. I hope that you'll enjoy that. That is a tool I use almost always in my kitchen. How are we doing? Good? Huh? Yep, so go ahead and strain it and put it in that big bowl, yep? The next thing we're going to add into this mix are the tomatoes. We're putting them in whole. There we go. You don't want to put them in too soon because you don't want them to explode or to blow up in your mix, so you just want to get them nice and hot. You're doing good. It's tough to be the sous chef, isn't it?
What exercise for the arm? Can you smell it?
It smells delicious.
So it's so good. So the nice thing with this is you're not getting a lot of fat. You're going to do this in your kitchen in about 15 minutes when you don't have someone yakking at you like me. So you can do this 15 minutes of cooking and about 10 minutes of prep time. So all in all, you can have this on your table in 30 minutes. And you're under 400 calories, so it's healthy, it's good for you. And the nice thing about Mediterranean food is it's mostly vegetarian. They will add scallops or shrimp or fish into some dishes. You can even add some chicken into this if you wanted some of that protein. But you're getting plenty of protein from the feta cheese and the creams that we have in there. Not a lot of salts. All right. Coming along? All right, so now olives I think are kind of big when you're eating pasta to try and get in your mouth. So if you're using linguine, longer pasta, then I think the whole olive works for you because you can put the olive, you can get the olive and spin some pasta around it and get it in your mouth. Because we're using some bow tie pasta, we're going to cut these down into a little bit smaller pieces and put them in there. I'm also going to add some of the gherkins because it doesn't hurt. Right. Who is going to be daring enough to come up and try this? Raise a hand, one person. Ah, there we go, the lady right there. Come up here. Come on up, there's stairs right here on the side, all right?
I got a question for you.
Yes.
On the cheese, you purposely have it kept as a block right now?
Yeah, I kept it as a block because there's more moisture in the block, and so I'm trying not so the crumbled feta wouldn't melt.
But you don't still even want to cut up that block?
I could have, yes. So I could have cut the block up into smaller blocks, but because I have her here to stir it, I was keeping Gotta keep them busy, right? Almost done.
You want to keep it at that high temperature the whole time?
Well, we're at medium temperature right now, so you just want to keep stirring it so it doesn't burn. Okay, we've got some gherkins to go in. Gherkins are not sweet pickles. Gherkins are a salty pickle that you use in a lot of cocktails. So we're going to put some of those in. You'll find them on cheese platters, things like that. Do you have any allergies? No allergies, all right. So we're going to take a little bit of this. Would you like this kind of pasta or this kind of pasta? This kind? All right. So we're going to take that out of there. I'm going to put a little bit in here. We're going to put some of our sauce in. We're going to take some of this delicious sauce. Now I like to mix all of my pasta and everything in a bowl before I put it on somebody's plate so you get a nice coating. And remember, we put in that pasta water, and the reason you put pasta water into your pasta, anyone know? To make it grab, to stick your sauce to the pasta. Otherwise, when you're doing spaghetti and you pick it up and all the sauce is off of it and you just got spaghetti, if you add a little bit of your pasta water that you cooked it in, that sauce will stick. So, And what was your name again, dear?
Marcy.
Marcy, come be my taste tester. Say nothing if you don't like it.
Just lie.
There you go. So Marcy is going to be my taste tester.
Oh, that's delicious.
Get a good artichoke heart and
yeah.
tomato, and
My goodness.
it's hot. Be careful.
Right.
Hot, but good.
She said good for those of you that didn't hear that. Hot and good.
So what's your favorite flavor in there?
Probably the artichokes and just the sauce, everything combined.
All right. Does anyone else like to have a taste? Come on. I'll put another bowl for you.
Thank you.
Here, you take that to the side when you finish that. And we can turn that off. And we're going to give you some of the bow tie pasta. And you want to put a little sauce on this for me? You can turn it off. Where's that? Stingy sauce. All right, and let me just mix this up for you. All right. And remember, presentation is half of the effort at your table. So you can put some feta cheese on top, some Parmesan cheese, a little slice of lemon on the side, and you've got this beautiful pasta dish that is delicious, and we're going to give you a taste. And where are you from?
From LA.
You're from LA. All right,
I was
LA.
actually last week.
Oh, for pride. All right, well, taste. Here we go. What do you think?
Very good.
Yeah? You'd let me come cook that for you in your house?
Let's go now.
Let's go now. All right. So as I said, this recipe comes in under 400 calories, under 30 minutes, and it's healthy and delicious for you. I want to thank all of you for coming. I think I see Bianca. Bianca, come up here. So this was our MC. I didn't see her before we started.
How are you?
I'm good. So Bianca, Emmy Award television newscaster.
Hi everyone.
Thank you so much for coming.
course.
I cooked Greek food just because you're Greek.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to give you a little taste of it also,
Please,
all right?
please.
All right. So thank you guys all so much for coming. Thank you. So how are you?
I'm great. How are
Good.
you?
I had a whole thing I was going to do with you. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Let's get you a little bit made.
Smells delicious.
I know. Oh my gosh. What did you guys make?
Greek pasta.
Smells amazing.
With artichoke hearts and tomatoes
Incredible.
and gherkins. Parmesan.
Deliciousness. Oh, you guys had a beautiful day. It's wonderful.
It is beautiful. You look so good.
you.
My goodness, you look so
Be here.
good.
Thank you. Mom and Dad are on their way. They're locals now. They live in La Quinta.
Do they? Try.
Oh my gosh.
Take a bite.
Let me get an olive too. Oh my god.
Good?
Yeah, great. Better than good.
Good. It does honor to your heritage.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Good. Well, you look so incredible.
Thank you.
You lost weight.
Have I?
You look like you lost weight.
I'm engaged, you know, the wedding
The
diet.
way, yeah.
Not so much